What's up, champs? Welcome back to the channel. Let's go. Do I need this energy for you to go subscribe, like the video, drop a comment? Let me know. Anyways, back to my normal self. But welcome to today's video. My name is Trevin Peterson. Today's video, we're going to be breaking down whether or not Amazon FBA is passive or not. A lot of people ask me, how much time do you actually put into your business? How much time is it going to take for me to get it up and going? Where right now I'm in a complete different situation now that I've been selling on Amazon for 3 years. And I want to break down all of those questions in today's video. So if you guys are new, go subscribe, like the video, drop a comment, and let's get into it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's dive into my screen and let's break down whether or not Amazon FBA is passive and how the whole process works and how much time I actually spend inside my business. So first, what I want to do is I want to paint a picture, show you guys my actual sales numbers between my two accounts, show you guys, okay, I have a 7-figure business. How much does it actually take to run this business? So right here, this is my seller account in the last year. As you guys can see, November 23rd, 2019 to November 23rd, 2020, I'm gonna hit apply. We've done just over 1.1 million, and we're gonna come over to my second account, and I'm really happy with the progress. This is the last year. I'm gonna hit refresh, and we're just over 129,000. So this account is growing really, really good. The past few months, it's been growing insane, and I've launched a second product on this account, and I'm launching a third here shortly. So between all of my different accounts, how much time do I actually spend maintaining it? And the first thing that I wanna help you guys understand is I have a lot of people that just don't even know what Amazon FBA is. They're kind of confused on the business model because, quite frankly, there's different types. There's wholesale, there's retail arbitrage, there's online arbitrage, and then there's what's called Amazon private label, and that's what I do. So I don't do wholesale, I don't do retail arbitrage, I do private label, and basically the concept of it is FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. You can do wholesale, you can do retail arbitrage, you can do private label, all via FBA, but it's the process of actually getting the product. For me as a private label seller, I find and I source a product. So I'm actually going and finding a manufacturer, getting it branded with my own logo and my brand, and then I'm purchasing that product overseas, and then I ship it to an Amazon fulfillment center, and then Amazon stores the product, and then they ship the product to the customer, and that's the FBA process. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up a little bit. But that is what I do as private label. And the first thing that I want to touch on is the education part, learning the process of private label, learning how to sell on Amazon. If we come over here to my course that I offer, I have 100 plus step-by-step videos. And each video, as you guys can see, ranges from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 11 minutes. To 20 minutes to 12 minutes. I mean, I have a lot of content, as you guys can see, breaking down the entire process. So it may look simple, like when I show you this diagram, oh, all I need to do is find a product and then I ship it to Amazon and boom, that's all I need to do. There's a lot of other steps in between that you actually need to do, and that's kind of time consuming. And that's what a lot of people don't quite understand, is they think Amazon is just some get rich quick scheme. And it's not. It takes time. You're building a legitimate business, and it's not just gonna happen overnight. So I want you guys to understand that there's more than just finding a product, sending it to Amazon, and then all of a sudden you're making $1 million. There's a lot of different steps in between that, like getting your product, your product packaging designed, getting branding done, getting photography done, your infographics, getting your listing created, getting your product manufactured, finding the right supplier, getting samples to make sure the quality is good. So there's a lot of different steps in between right here. But this is the overall picture, and this is what a lot of people see. And so when I tell people, oh, I sell on Amazon, they're like, oh man, you just make all this money and you don't do anything. Amazon just ships all your products and boom, you're just printing money. And yeah, maybe that's how it is now, but it's not like that in the beginning. So I just want to give you guys a reality check and help you understand that there's a lot of steps and there's a lot of learning that goes into it. And so if we jump back to my course, like I was saying, there's a lot of modules, there's a lot of different little things that you can't miss out on. And honestly, this is probably the longest part, is just learning the process. Once you understand the process, it becomes more simple every single day. And so for me, it's very straightforward. I can launch a product a lot quicker and a lot easier because I've done it 25 times. I have 25 active products right now between my main account, my second account, and then I have 2 products on friends' accounts, and it's just going extremely well. And it's because I've just learned the process. So that's the key is, yes, it's gonna take some time to learn, but once you do have the knowledge and the understanding, then it comes to taking action. Okay, so gaining the knowledge and all of that is very, very important. And that's one of the most important things. But if you have all this information and the knowledge and you don't do anything with it, then it does you absolutely no good. So you need to go and take action. And the first step is obviously you need to go out, you need to create an account, you need to get your LLC set up, you need to get your bank account, get registered and whatnot. That will take like a couple days. It's not that long. It's not that difficult to do. It will take you maybe a couple hours to do that. Okay, once you do that, you then need to start doing product research. You need to sign up, get a software tool. What I do is I recommend Helium 10. I have a 50% coupon code down below. And that software tool is going to help you find products. And I actually have an entire playlist on YouTube dedicated to finding products. So right here, an entire playlist showing you how to basically find different products. So you're going to start that research phase. And to be honest, this is probably the longest part other than actually waiting for your product to arrive to Amazon because it has to get manufactured and whatnot. But finding the product is very important and you don't want to take any shortcuts. And this is going to take anywhere. I've seen people take 30 minutes and they find a product to upwards to 40, 50 hours to find a product. And the way that I look at it, you're just like, oh man, 50 hours, that's a lot. And I'm like, well, if you work a 9 to 5, that's only 1 week of work. And if you think about it, and if you find that product and you can get that product up and going and it's a good product and it sells on Amazon, that 50 hours is going to pay you a lot more down the road than your 50-hour work week with your 9 to 5. So that's kind of the mindset that you have to have is, yes, there's work that is involved. You're building a business. It takes time to learn the process. It takes time to do product research. But once everything is up and going, that's when you're going to be like, man, I'm sure glad that I decided to sell on Amazon and start my business. So that is the next step is finding the product. Once you find the product, you then have to find a supplier. And that can take some time because the dilemma of the time change, the time difference. China is on a complete different time zone than we are here in the United States. And so a lot of times you might be able to get a few messages in at night before you go to bed. And if you're like me and you're crazy, I basically stay up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I did for the first 6 months of my business. My sleep schedule, I was basically on China time. I was going to bed at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and waking up at noon. And I just kept grinding and I kept hustling and I kept doing that. And that's just kind of what you have to do. You have to sacrifice and you just have to put in the work. And when I was working my 9 to 5, I was just staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I'd wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and then go to my 9 to 5 job. So there's sacrifices that have to be made in order to get it up and going. And a lot of times people are like, it's 100% passive. And I'm here to tell you it is not. It takes some time to get it up and going. But once you find the supplier, you get the samples, you get the product ordered, you then have to go in, create the listing. You have to get the photography done, the listing created. And that does take some time. Now, it doesn't take hours and hours and hours of work. All you need to do is you get the sample, you send it to a photographer, you pay them a couple $100, they get it done. And it's just more, you're kind of the manager. You're running the show. You're just making sure everything's going well. You're not actually building the product. You're just finding the supplier to build it for you. You're not taking the picture. I mean, you could take the pictures yourself if you want, but you're finding someone to do it for you. And that's kind of what's cool about Amazon is you're outsourcing a lot of the work. I just showed you guys my sales between my 2 accounts. I'm doing close to $1.3 million a year, and I have 0 employees. I hire everything out through freelancers. I have Amazon that is doing the majority of my lifting. I have a photographer that helps me do pictures and whatnot. And then I have software tools that are helping me with PPC, that are managing my business. And then I have a bookkeeping team that I just pay a service, a monthly fee, and they do all of that. And so it's kind of cool where I can outsource a lot of the work and take a lot of that time and energy off of my plate. And I delegate that to somebody else. But at the beginning, you have to get all those systems set up. And once they are set up, then it's not as much time. So like I was mentioning, there's product research. You have to source the product, you have to find the product. Once you get that product nailed down and you place that order, it's going to take anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple months to get that to Amazon. And then in the meantime, you're preparing the listing. Maybe you're researching for a second product, you're setting up for launch, and you're just making sure that everything is in place. Then once it launches, then you have to kind of monitor PPC. You have to make sure that you're doing the necessary things to get reviews, to build the sales rank, to launch that product. And that does take some time as well. So all of that, it could take you a couple months working 20, 30 hours a week. But after you get that set up and you get that product rolling, I mean, if we come here, and I just want to use this as an example, I just launched a second product on this account, and I spent a total of maybe with coordinating with a supplier, getting samples, getting it shipped to Amazon, just navigating with my photographer, getting the listing created. I probably spent 10 plus hours getting everything done. But now I spend maybe a couple minutes a day just checking sales or checking my PPC and seeing how things are going. And that product, it sells for close to $50, and I sell between 2 to 4 a day, and I'm making like $50 profit every single day on that 10 hours of work. And now I'm spending a couple minutes on that product. So it's not 100% passive, I'm still maintaining it. And now I have to reorder inventory once I get down low, but you kind of see the picture. It's very front loaded. There's a ton of work up front. And I don't say that to scare you. I say that just to be realistic and just not beat around the bush and just be 100% transparent and open with you. It takes some time to get up and going. But once it is going, it's not very difficult, because what you need to do is you have the listing created, you have the relationship with the supplier, you have the reviews, you have the rank. It's basically now you just have to reorder that product, make sure that you're managing your PPC, making sure that you're ranking still. And for me, it probably is around 30 minutes a day, or probably 30 minutes to an hour a day reordering, checking my PPC, making sure everything is running smoothly. I'm in the process of updating some videos, some pictures, and just little miscellaneous work. It's probably, 7 hours a week. But for the amount of money I'm making, there's no comparison. So it's not 100% passive, but that's just kind of how it goes. And then obviously when I'm launching new products and I'm adding products, which I'm constantly doing, it's a little bit more work. So if I'm adding like that third product, I do have to spend a little bit more time. So instead of the 7 hours, it may be an extra 3-4 hours a week. So instead of 7 hours, maybe it's 10-12 hours a week. And I'm still running my business. And then on top of that, I'm running other businesses. And that's what's so cool about Amazon, is it's enabled me to obviously build a crazy income from Amazon, but now I've built multiple businesses. I have my YouTube channel where I do affiliate marketing. I make money from YouTube ad revenue. I have my online coaching program, which is taking the majority of my time answering to my students, responding to their comments, their questions, verifying their products, making the content for that. That is where the majority of my time is at. Okay, so that's been an opportunity that has come because of my Amazon FBA business, because it is semi-passive. I have some time to build other businesses. And as you guys know, I launched a company called Course Ranks, and that's where you guys can find reviews and rankings for online courses. And so now I have a software company that is taking even more of my time. And so it's you can see how I'm running my business, 25 different products, and I'm still able to launch other businesses. And then I just started a second YouTube channel where I talk about basketball cards and do box breaks. Like, as dumb as that sounds, I got a new hobby and I'm creating a business around basketball cards. So if you guys want to go support the channel, I'll put the link down below. I'd appreciate it if you would check it out. And then also Course Ranks, go get signed up. It's a platform where you can basically write reviews for online courses. So if you're looking to get into real estate, if you're looking to get into Amazon FBA, you can read the reviews because as you guys know, there's a lot of information out there, but what is actually true and legit. So that's what that platform is for. But anyways, back to the topic of the passiveness of Amazon FBA is it can be relatively passive once you get it up and going. So that's just kind of the brutal truth of Amazon. It takes a lot of time to get up and going. I didn't mess around with any other business for the first, it was like the first 8 months of my Amazon FBA business. And then I started my YouTube channel. But for the first 8 months, I dedicated all my focus and energy to building that brand. And now I just continue to build it and build it and build it. And I'm a workhorse. Like I literally work like 24/7. I sleep like 5, maybe 8 hours max a night. And then the rest of the day I'm working. I'm on my phone, I'm doing something. And that's just kind of my nature, is I love working. And that's what I love about this, is I'm building something for me. I'm not building it for anybody else. I'm building it for me. And it makes me more passionate. And so when I am working, it doesn't feel like I'm working. And so that's what I want you guys to understand is, yes, it's fun to have a passive source of income. I've invested in real estate and I'm doing passive income streams, but it's fun to be active in your business and build something from the ground up. So just enjoy the process. Don't worry about how much time you're putting in. You're just going to thank yourself down the road. And I know that this was a big rant. And if you guys stayed until the very end, you guys rock, and I absolutely love you. The support means the world. This channel can't be where it's at without you. So I just want to say thank you. If you guys are new and you made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. So subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. But that's just kind of my thoughts on whether or not Amazon FBA is passive and kind of the entire process. And I really hope it helped. And I have a ton of resources down in the description. I have a free PDF guide breaking down the process of Amazon. If you guys want me to mentor you and guide you through the process and help you expedite the learning curve, because that's probably the longest part, is just learning the process, I'd love to take you through the process. So go to amzchampions.com, get signed up. I just want to say thank you. We're going to be crushing it this coming year, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds. Again, go to Course Ranks, get signed up, start reading and writing reviews, and we will see you in the next video.